Welcome to the Anxiety Doesn't Own Me podcast. My name is Emmanuel Isaacson. I'm an anxiety coach who helps people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally. So whenever I was going through anxiety, whenever I was experiencing it, I was very, very confused of what was going on with me. I had no idea what I was experiencing was anxiety. I was experiencing DPDR, which back then I didn't know that that's what it was. I was having panic attacks, which I didn't know that was happening. I had heart palpitations. I had IBS, lower abdomen pain. I had a very dry mouth. I felt like there was a lump in my throat. These are just a few symptoms that I was experiencing whenever I was having anxiety, and I just didn't understand what was going on with me. I had no idea what was up with me. I had crying spells where I just couldn't stop crying every time the sun would set. And it was very confusing because I believed then that I went insane. I thought that I lost my mind. That's what I believed in. Because every single person that I went up to had no idea what I was actually talking about. And even the therapist that I went to, he told me straight up, he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that made me feel like I was actually really insane. And I also felt very disconnected from myself, and I felt very different. And what was interesting is that whenever I finally started to understand what I was going through, that really helped me to calm down and feel much better. And that was where I had that, whoa, okay, now I understand what's happening with me. It helped me to calm down. It helped me to feel much better. And this is where I realized that whenever you are on your journey in overcoming your anxiety, the first step is to have a much more solid understanding of what anxiety is exactly. To understand that your symptoms that you are experiencing is not from an illness or that there's something wrong with your body or your mind, that it's just coming from your anxiety. That is the problem. That's what's creating everything. So we want to focus on that instead of the symptoms. That's what we want to do. But whenever we're caught up on the symptoms and we don't understand what's happening to us, when we're confused, we're not able to have a solid foundation, to build a foundation that we can work on so that we can get to the point of healing our anxiety. So the first thing that we want to do is have a better understanding of what anxiety is. Now, whenever we have that understanding, what else it helps us with is that we can unveil the trick of anxiety, how it tricks us into believing that there's something wrong. But whenever we don't understand, we actually believe the illusion. It's like somebody that shows us a magic trick, right? We're like, whoa, that's pretty cool, right? We're like, how in the world did this person do it? We have no idea. But whenever they reveal the magic trick, you're no longer confused about how they did it. You already see how it's done. So whenever you have a much more solid foundation of an understanding of how anxiety works, how it tricks us, how it makes us believe that there's something wrong when really there isn't, we are able to stop anxiety in its tracks. We're able to tell it, no, I know what you're trying to do over here. I know that you're trying to trick me over here, and it's not going to work. This is going to start giving you back control. It's going to start giving you back control in your life because now you understand. Now you know how the trick is done. So you no longer are worried about your symptoms. Whenever I started to understand about what anxiety was and what I was dealing with, I remember whenever I was starting to have how I stopped going to the doctor and how I stopped going to the ER and how I was able to control my panic attacks. It's because I came to a deep understanding of how anxiety works, what it does, how it tricks me, and how it makes me to believe that there's something wrong when there isn't. So I was able to completely stop anxiety in its tracks and just put my focus on it. So every time I feel a symptom, I wouldn't be rushing to the doctor. I would be, okay, you know what? This is my anxiety. I know this is my anxiety. I'm not going to fight it. And what I did is I used the tools and techniques of acceptance. I would do exposure therapy. I would do CBT. I would do grounding techniques, focus exercises. I would do breathing exercises, whatever I needed to do in order for me to calm down my anxiety. And I stopped focusing on the symptoms. I stopped that completely. Because every time I focused on the symptom, the doctor said, hey, everything is fine. Or it just wasn't going away, and it was very persistent. But whenever I changed that, whenever I started to change the narrative of saying, okay, you know what? It's not the symptom that's the problem. It's the anxiety that's the problem. So how do we know? How do we get a better understanding of how anxiety works? So I'm going to give you a summary of exactly how it works so you have a better idea. Anxiety, in its essence, is there to protect us from danger. That is its job. That is its purpose. It's to protect us from danger. And whenever we are in a dangerous situation, what does it do? The amygdala, we have our amygdala brain, which is the oldest part of our brain, sends a signal to our sympathetic nervous system. It sends a signal to it and tells it, hey, we are in danger. Activate the fight and fight mode. The fight and fight mode, aka anxiety, is activated and we start feeling symptoms. Now, whenever it's activated, what's happening inside of us is that we're getting adrenaline getting pumped in, we're getting cortisol getting pumped in, our blood is getting rerouted. This causes us to experience symptoms like DPDR, racing thoughts, sick to our stomach feeling, hyperventilation, just to name a few. But whenever this is activated, whenever we're, have normal anxiety, this is the way we feel. So it's basically preparing our mind and body for the danger that's in front of us, so that we either need to fight our way through it, or we need to jet out of there. We need to fly out of there. You understand? So it's activating our anxiety in order to protect us. So anxiety is there to protect us. That is its job. Now, the problem that we're having right now is that we have an anxiety disorder. Now, with the difference between an anxiety disorder and regular anxiety is that whenever we have, for example, whenever somebody has regular anxiety, let's say they are nervous about a test, let's say, for example, or a new job or an interview, right? So we have that anxiety. But once that thing is over, once that event is over, we feel much better. But with someone with an anxiety disorder, we are 24/7 have anxiety because our fight and fight mode is not shut off. It's just continuously on. So we can be sitting at home. We can be in the most safest places on earth, and we will still feel anxious. We'll still feel all these symptoms. And the problem is now is that our sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for our pressure, our stress, our worry, our fight and fight mode, is on overload. It's just no longer able to handle anything right now. So any little tiny thing can make us feel overwhelmed. It can increase our symptoms, and we just are on fight and fight mode 24/7 because our amygdala is perceiving everything around us as dangerous. And why is the amygdala perceiving everything as dangerous? What's the reason why? The reason why is because we have been programmed since we're kids. This is dangerous. Don't do this. You should be afraid of that. Don't take that risk. This is too dangerous. Don't go to that place. Did you hear what happened to that person over there? I don't want that to happen to you. So everything is just fear-based. So our amygdala, it's okay, you know what? Hey, this is fearful. This is fearful. This is fearful. This is fearful. So it's programmed that way. And over the years, it's just sending out signals, but our sympathetic nervous system is able to handle it. It's able to control it. But now it's not able to anymore, and this is why we're feeling all these symptoms. Do you understand what's happening over here? Of why we're experiencing all these symptoms is what's going on with our anxiety? Because think about it. Whenever we are born, whenever a baby is born, they only have a certain amount of fears. I think it's a loud noise, and I think something else, if I'm not mistaken. Don't remember exactly what it is. But the rest of the fears, we are taught. We are taught. That's the thing. And what we need to do right now is rewire the amygdala. Rewire it so that it stops sending signals. So that it stops sending signals to our sympathetic nervous system like, hey, activate the fight and fight mode. Hey, we are in danger. Activate the fight mode. Oh, hey, we are driving. Activate the fight and fight mode. We're in the mall. Activate the fight and fight mode. 24/7 is just activating the fight and fight mode, and we are experiencing all these symptoms. That is the issue. And we start believing those symptoms. We believe that there's something wrong with us. And it's telling us whenever we have those symptoms, like, hey, what if there's something wrong with us? Or protect yourself. We got to go to the doctor to make sure that our heart is okay. Or go to the doctor because you have lower abdomen pain. Or, hey, you have lower abdomen pain. Maybe your appendix is going to erupt. Let's go to the hospital to make sure. So it's always trying to protect you. It's always on. But it's its job. It's there to protect you. That's its purpose. It needs to protect you from danger in order for you to survive. But the problem is we're perceiving safe situations as dangerous situations because we've been programmed that way. And we need to change that program so that we can stop experiencing anxiety and start rehealing our sympathetic nervous system. So this is just a summary of how anxiety works and how it tricks you into believing that you are in danger when really you're not. If you are looking for a natural remedy in order to help you to deal with your anxiety and help you on your journey to overcome it, I created Calmly CBD, where it specifically helps you to calm down your anxiety and panic attacks. And as well, it doesn't make you feel drowsy. It doesn't make you feel sleepy. And it helps you to just feel calm so you can actually do things throughout the day like work, drive, go out, and do whatever you like in a more calmer state of mind, as well as not addictive or has any side effects or any withdrawals, which this way can actually help you to heal your anxiety and get you to the destination in overcoming your anxiety much quicker. You can click the link that's in the description. It would say Calmly CBD to place your order today. And then right now it's on sale for a limited time where you can buy one and get the second one free. If you did like this episode, please click the like button and leave a 5-star review. The reason why I ask is because this way we're able to reach more people. And the more people that we can actually reach, the more people that we can actually help. Because my mission in this world, my purpose is to help people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally and show them that it's possible to overcome. Thank you guys. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.